It's a little late, so I'm gonna be quieter than usual. I have a very sweet boy next to me, snuggling up. So if you hear me talking to him, I'm sorry about that. Alright. So, as I'm sure plenty of you know, there is now a new Chucky TV series. And as many horror fans, I have been watching it. And, first of all, absolutely nobody had prepared me for how much funnier the goddamn line about his kid being gender fluid was, like, in context. Like, oh, hi. Hello, little man. Anyways, it was really funny, like, even out of context, right? Like, without the context, it was funny. It was good. In context? What the fuck? Oh my god. And also, obviously, warning if you haven't seen the show and you plan to, I just watched the latest episode, like, right before recording this, and it is now 2 a.m. So, I am not about to censor anything. There's gonna be a shit ton of spoilers here. So, anyways. Oh, God. Alright. So, first of all, I'm kind of just gonna go through the deaths first. I'm guessing, like, order. So, first off, Chucky murdered his fucking dad. But, like, good for him, you know, good for Chucky. I was supporting him through that, little experience of his, honestly. His dad fucking deserved it. Yeah, murder homophobic dads. And then I felt bad about the housekeeper. She didn't do shit. I mean, she kind of did, you know, she was gonna maybe look through his journal, but, like, I don't know. I felt bad for her. Sucks that she died. And then obviously in the last episode, he was just going on a fucking spree. Took out that one kid, what's his face? I think it was Oliver. And then he just set the whole fucking house on fire. I'm a little tired, yeah. I'm probably just gonna start this tonight and I'll finish it tomorrow when I have some time, but you know, it is what it is. Let's see, what else was there? Yeah, they had like a whole party there. I tell you what, I think she like didn't want the neighbors hearing the music or like her parents hearing the music or something. So like they So, you know, it was like the whole headphones for the music thing. And I thought that was really cool. But it was really Chucky murdering the kid while they were all just jamming in the background. It was that one fucking Brooklyn Nine-Nine scene, and I couldn't stop thinking about that. Which is awful because I haven't watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine in years, dude. Oh my god. Oh god. Yeah, I'm gonna fall asleep soon, so. I don't know, I'm just gonna finish up this little intro thing. I'm very into this show. It's a good show. Great show, really. Oh, it's such a good show, honestly. Yeah, I'll finish this up tomorrow when I'm not half asleep. Good night. Oh, no, good night. Okay, so now that my microphone's actually turned on, because I just tried to record this, like, twice with it off. Hi. So, I'm back now. I also forgot to mention, like, probably the most obvious one, Chucky killed his fucking mom. Wish that was me. But I didn't say that, so. Anyways. So, I really want to talk about, like, some of the characters in the show. Because, like, I was scrolling through the tags on Tumblr, which is really my own fault for looking at Tumblr. But like a lot of the people on there are just like, well, Devin didn't believe Jake about, Junior being bad. And it's like, okay, listen. They're 14. They're in middle school. Like, if I was being judged morally for who I was in middle school, oh my god. Like, oh my god. Like, yeah, some kids are shit in middle school. It happens. Alexi is a bit of a bitch. I'm sure she can grow and become a better person because she's literally just a kid in middle school. And like, you can see that she legitimately cares about her sister. And that, she like legitimately loves her sister and would do, a lot to take care of her. Ooh, drama. Anyways, I'll be right back. I have to go read this. Okay, sorry, I had to catch up on drama. It's not even my drama. It's it's Randy's drama actually. I had to catch up though. It was very interesting. Anyway, speaking of drama, back to these fucking literal middle school characters that people are like, well, this character's a bad person. They're children. They're kids. Like, yes, some kids can be bad people, but like, you can also see there are a lot of instances in which I don't think Junior personally is a bad character, and I am rooting for a Junior redemption arc. I think that he and Jake could come to a very interesting understanding, especially with all that's going on in, their family and their lives. And I think that'd be a very interesting story to watch unfold. They're 14. Like, you're so impressionable at 14. Everything's about popularity, everything's about being the cool kid. And so Junior got that status, and Lexi, I believe, from what I've seen of the show, and I also think Lexi has a lot of shit that's going on in her life. I don't know that it's entirely fair to blame, like, this 14-year-old girl for having issues, but, like, it's also obviously fair to bring in that, yeah, what she did was a dick move. Like, you can acknowledge both things. But, like, with Junior, like, he got this popularity, likely had something to do with dating Lexi, and, I mean, she kind of uses their status, their relationship, to control him and control what he does. And it's definitely not healthy. And obviously it's a toxic relationship. But also, they're 14. I don't even know how many times I can just like reiterate that, but they're 14 years old. Like, oh my god. I was awful when I was 14. Like, people suck when they're 14. Like, nobody's good at 14 years old. Nobody is their best self. Nobody is where they're going to be for the rest of their lives. They are working out so many things. Also, I see all this stuff like, well, Devin, he's a bad person. He hangs out with the people who bully Jake. Again, I think it's just an example of a 14-year-old child being impressionable, right? Like, he's close friends with Junior, right? We already established that. And so when Junior goes and hangs out with these people, and, he'll invite his friend along because he wants his friend to come with him. And then it's just yeah, he's gonna hang out with his friend because he thinks that, his friend deserves better than what they're giving him, and that he is a better person than what, he's seeing presently. But I don't think it makes him like a horrible person to be hanging out with these people, like from hanging out with Junior, who is really hanging out with them because he's so, I mean, he just got pulled into this obsession that the world has with status, with, especially in middle school, with popularity, but like also, just class status. He's from a pretty rich family, and so it's just like, it's not necessarily the kid's fault. And I really don't want to blame Lexi. I don't want to be like, Lexi's a fucking bitch. She's a horrendous person. Because, yeah, what she did was, like, really shitty. Like, really shitty. But, like, I don't know, I think we kind of forget what we were like at 14. Because we were assholes, too. Like, who wasn't an asshole at 14? Obviously the whole Halloween costume thing was awful, horrendous. Bullying another kid is never okay in the first place, but like that whole thing was, yeah, disgusting. I don't think it makes her an inherently bad person, though. I think it makes her a child who is responding to being ignored within her household, by her parents, by those around her, by needing to be noticed by her peers in school, needing to be popular there, and needing to be liked, to get that validation that she lacks from the adults in her life. And I don't want to say that any of these kids are inherently bad, because they're just kids. I know there's only like 3 episodes out right now, so it really is a bit early to be like doing an episode on this, but like, I don't know, maybe I'll do weekly episodes as I view it. Who knows, maybe that'll be a thing on here. Just like between the actual music stuff. Because I'm fucking invested in this show, I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, I don't think any of these kids are like inherently evil. I think the only person in this show who is evil is Chucky. I think, oh gosh, more, hold on, I'll be back. So yeah, I feel like I already made it clear, I don't think any of the kids are bad people. I think they're kids. I think it was the second last episode, I believe, but Jake said he was going as a victim of circumstance. I think all of these kids are victims of the circumstances surrounding them. I mean, Junior is, oh god. I mean, the sheer amount of pressure you can see that his father puts on him. The fact that his father, wants him to do all this stuff. He needs him to do all this stuff to get into a good college, to be the best. And it's like, he's 14. He hasn't even into high school yet. He'll go into high school next year. Like, it's not the end of the world if he doesn't if he doesn't if he doesn't meet his father's expectations. But that is what he's drilling into him, that is what he gets at home. And so then when he goes to school and he just has more expectations put upon him socially by his girlfriend, by all these people, many of his actions are seen as, how do I say it? How do I put this? I think many of his actions can be explained through the stress in his life. And that doesn't mean excused. I don't think there's any excuse for bullying or for treating, people in your life negatively. But I also think he's definitely one of the most sympathetic of the quote-unquote bully characters. Like, they give some depth to Lexi, but like, I don't know, I think seeing how he actually like was willing to stand up for Jake a bit was, letting her know, hey, that was too far. You can kind of see where it's like they're setting him up for redemption. I really hope they do that because, again, they're just kids. And I don't know that they'll do that for Lexi. Maybe she is just a bitch. Who knows? But I think a lot of those kids just have fucking trauma. I don't think Devin's evil, for sure. I think I think he's just curious, And at the end of the day, he wants a podcast episode. Which, who doesn't? I also was watching that and I was just like, Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ, this 14-year-old has a better setup for his podcast than me. I'm just using, my Lenovo IdeaPad laptop. It's, cheap-ass microphone and, Audacity. But we make it work. That kid had a fucking setup, Jesus. I don't know, I think it was just I don't like seeing people, go after the kids, be like, hey, they're doing this, they're bad people. It's like, no, they're teenagers. They're teenagers. Teenagers are such a gray area because they're just learning, they're just working themselves out. They don't even know at that point. And y'all just want to somehow blame them for this, as if it is in any way really, truly their fault. I mean, the adults in their lives need to start taking responsibility for how their actions are affecting their children. Obviously. Holy fuck. Here's the thing, throughout the show, it is obviously shown that Jake is mostly just responding to things, especially with, boys like Lexi. But also, these kids are just responding to stressors in their regular daily lives, and it just happens to be coming out in the form of bullying in school. And in no way would I ever excuse bullying, but they literally teach you that, when you're young. A lot of times, people who are bullies, and not that it excuses it, but it can often explain it, they have people bullying them in their own lives. In Junior's case, it's obviously his father's immense amount of pressure upon him. In Lexi's case, she's not necessarily she is, honestly. Her parents put her down a lot, especially compared to her sister, which is really interesting because she still, genuinely cares about her sister. You can see throughout the course of the show how much she cares about her little sister. And I think that really added a level of humanity to her character. But, obviously she still kind of sucks. I don't know. I just don't like the idea of villainizing kids. Feels wrong. But yeah, I think a lot of the bully characters are just kids. Just victims of the stuff happening to them, trying to get to middle school, and now murders, and all this bullshit with annoying rich-ass parents. So, I don't like the villainizing I see a lot of people doing in response to the show. The way they seem to be viewing these children as villains. With the adults, too, it's not like they're black and white, good or evil. Obviously, I think it's Logan is his name. Is Junior's dad's name. Well, he puts, a ton of pressure on his son and is somewhat of a bully to his kid. And, he kind of views that as parenting, as, just his style of parenting. And he views it as okay, and it's not. It's not. But at the same time, he takes in Jake and, he does his best to make him feel loved and at home there. And there really isn't much excuse for Lucas. He's just a bitch. Glad he's dead or whatever. Chucky killing homophobes, we love to see it. But like with Bree too, his wife, Logan's wife, Bree. Like on the one hand, yeah, she's cheating on him. Like that's pretty obvious, very much canon, and she's still hiding it. And she's a liar and a cheater. And at the same time, she also tries to advocate for Junior and Jake. Jake, when, it's suggested that he could have possibly, taken out the housekeeper. And Junior, just in general, with his father's immense pressure on him. I mean, she is just trying to be there for these boys. So I don't think any of these characters are really, besides Lucas and Chucky, we're both obviously douchebags. I think most of these characters are really not inherently good or evil. I think there's layers to them. Even with Lexi's parents, like, oh my god, they are such bad parents. I mean, there's some really bad parenting in this show. There really is. And I feel so bad for those kids. But, like, when they see that she's bullying Jake, they don't try and you can kind of see it in their faces that they're probably not going to try and justify it. Like, they look mortified to find out that she would do this. Find out that she's been lying to them, that he's bullying her. And just to realize how little they truly know about their kid's life. And hopefully that gets them on a path of knowing more about the kid's life. She's not, dead. I don't think she's dead. There's no way they killed her that early on. Are you kidding me? There's no way. Like, no way. It's gotta be a joke. Like, no, she's not dead. But, oh no, I think we'll see her get some repercussions here, and it may even take her down a few steps, because, yeah, she's sitting on a pretty high horse. And again, that's just because of how her life has been. That is how she's been raised. That is how her life has gone. It doesn't make her a bad person. Because she's 14, she's a child. None of these kids are just inherently bad people. Oh my god. I don't know. It really, I don't like it. I don't like seeing, people being like, oh, this fucking evil bitch, Lexi. Or, oh, Junior's a bully too. They're 14. None of them know what's going on. I mean, what's her face? That teacher of theirs? She was right. Like, they're 14. They are scared. And in many cases, yeah, they're lashing out because of it. Which is kind of what happens when you're 14 and scared. I think a lot of us have forgotten about that. It doesn't make them bad people, but it also doesn't mean that, characters like Lexi shouldn't be held responsible for their actions. Because, facing consequences for a character like that, who's clearly never faced a consequence in her life, is going to be a big thing. It's going to be very helpful. It's going to hopefully take her down a few notches, teach her a lesson or something. But I don't know. I think these kids just need some time to grow. I don't think any of them are really bad people. I think everybody's complicated. I think it's very difficult to write anybody in the show off as just like a bad person, excluding, again, Lucas and Chucky, because I love Chucky, by the way, don't get me wrong. Like, I kind of envy him. Dude murked his mother, and we've all had those moments. We all have mothers. We all have our moments with them. But like, I don't know. I think it's a very interesting show. It's it's a very interesting show. I really like it. I really like that it's teenagers, because I think there's a lot to explore with kids that age. I mean, there is so much angst and pain for all of them, even the ones who are supposedly the boys and villains. And they are bullies, to be clear. I'm not saying they're not bullies, like they are bullies, but they're not just like bullies. You know, at the end of the day, like, they may bully, but they're still kids. I don't know. I think a lot of people tended to ignore that. So, this has been something of a ramble of me just kind of going off about how I really don't think any of these kids are bad. I think none of these kids are inherently worse than any of the others. I don't know. I think Lexi is just gonna need to, like, take a break before she can really get better. I don't know, this is gonna be a bit shorter than the others, because again, it's a show with like 3-4 episodes right now. I can only say so much, really. But, you know, it happens. I think Junior would be the first of like the bully characters to get a redemption. Obviously, Oliver's not getting a redemption. He's dead. It happens. Rip that dude. Did I forget to mention him when I was talking about the death count? I might have. That's like fully plausible, honestly. But whatever. I think that's about all I have to say on this one. Yeah. I don't know, again, it's like a 3-episode show. I only have so many thoughts. But again, it's a really good show. It really is. I think a lot of people are trying to villainize certain characters. When they're doing that, they kind of seem to forget that these characters are 14 years old. It's 14. They're just kids. I don't know. Or maybe we all forget what it was like when we were 14. Or maybe people are talking about it are 14 and think that maybe they know more or that they're better. You're 14, though. Like, if you're 14, you don't know much. And you'll learn a lot. And things will get a lot better, so. Nobody is who they are when they're 14 forever. That's all I'll say on that, I suppose. So, that is the 3rd Halloween episode. I have 2 more coming up to finish this out. I think we're about done for now. You know, I was gonna go into more, but I'm tired. I still gotta record more. So I hope you all have a wonderful night, or day, or whatever fucking time it is. And be sure to check out all the social media for Route 76. And the next episode will be up the day after this one. And hopefully I can actually do a regular uploading schedule. We'll see, right? Alright, take care, you all. Have a wonderful day.